Welcome to the Nerds Who Swing podcast.
Welcome to the Nerds Who Swing podcast. My name is Miller.
Margot.
You can find us everywhere where you would find a normal podcast.
Search Nerds Who Swing on
Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Pinterest. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us on YouTube.
We are so many places.
Or even on iTunes. That's probably where you found this one. And then the most important one is you can find us on Patreon.com, where if you want to just give us $1 or $2 to help just pay for hosting our website and our podcast.
Oh, that would be so nice of people.
I know,
Can you
right?
imagine if they did that?
There might even be bonuses eventually.
Bonuses?
Yeah.
Sexy bonuses?
No, lame bonuses.
Oh,
you
good.
could do our taxes.
Lame bonuses. Bonuses including.
That's right. And then you can also, we have a contest with every episode where if you want to be in our logo.
Yeah. Did you see our logo? Can you see it? Pull it up. Do you see our super sexy logo?
That's right.
Is it me right now?
It is right now.
It's me right now. That's me, folks. But maybe that could be you.
That's right.
Which would be super hot.
Send us your picture.
Send us a picture.
Any one of these.
No faces?
No faces.
No faces. Not that your face isn't sexy, but, other sexy business.
Also, no penises unless there's also a vagina there.
Because who wants a penis?
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah, as 50% of the vote, I'm not voting for that. Yeah.
Anyway, send us in your pictures if you want to.
You can be the background of the Nerds Who Swing logo.
Can you imagine your body, your sexy bod as the background of our logo?
Damn, Margot.
So hot.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, we're Nerds Who Swing.
That's right. Margot, Miller, enjoy the episode.
If you're gonna dress that way, somebody's gonna break that door down and suck your dick right now, and it could happen to you.
It could. It's good looking. If I busted down this door and I was
That's what you get for wearing underwear
do?
like that in this room.
I would. Just pull them down. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's
I don't know what other people want to do. They have their own lives.
So.
Hello.
We're the Nerds Who Swing live from Orlando.
Orlando.
So, how are you doing in Orlando?
I'm good.
Good.
How
I should
are
turn
you?
it, but I feel like I can't see you very well laying like that.
Oh, I thought you said turn it up.
No, I'll lay this way maybe so that I can see you better.
So I get to be comfortable and then you have to be all upright, weird?
Yeah, I'll lay this way.
Oh, that's fine.
Yes, you're more eye level with my junk. My dick this way. Yeah.
This is a nice look for you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Miller's
good look for you.
podcasting in only underwear.
Margot's...
Nice.
Oh, thanks. That's
Super
nice. No, I got a great eye line directly to Margot's cleavage right here.
Oh, because I'm just in a little nighty thing?
Yeah.
No undies either.
I know. It's pretty awesome.
Undies. How do you know?
I just know.
You don't know.
I sense it.
Under
I
there.
feel like there's less layers between me and...
I just sense it.
Yeah. Yes, I feel...
You're a very specific type of Jedi.
That's right. I trained specifically for this, yeah.
I mean, the best kind of Jedi.
Yeah.
Wait. It's close.
Wait. She has no underwear on.
Pussy is close.
That's right.
It's one less layer of
That's
fabric
right.
away from me than normal.
Yeah. That's right. The force is strong with her.
Pussy force.
Yeah, the pussy force, yeah.
Well, that's begging to be
Hashtag
Oh my
pussy
god.
force. Pussy force, yeah. Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Pussy
about
Jedi.
today? Pussy Jedi. Miller the Pussy Jedi.
Yeah. So we're in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on a work trip / vacation.
Yeah.
/ sex holiday.
That's right. And we've been kind of busy with work stuff and resting and things like that.
Yeah.
But we had a few dates planned.
Yes.
We had a couple.
Several.
But 2 of them canceled and disappeared on us.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't want to be we're not going to talk about specifics about who they are or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just good to have a discussion about
disappointment
and that this can happen in the lifestyle, and how the best way kind of maybe for both sides to handle it. Like,
Sure.
like I don't feel like either of the people who we were supposed to meet,
Mm-hmm.
one was a lady and one was a couple, handled it well. Like,
Kind of just ghosted, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
one couple just stopped answering.
Yeah.
We had a specific
Which is
date
funny
already
because
picked with them.
Yeah, I felt very pursued by not.
Yeah.
Like not like we were doing the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And the other one felt very like, yeah, she just ended the chat and stuff. Not
Yeah.
because I don't think we said anything. We
I
actually
hope
hadn't
not.
talked in like a day or
Yeah,
two, and
we
then
were just
she was
checking
just,
in,
we
and
were
then-
checking to make sure the day still worked because we were here now.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was gone. After, we had probably chatted with both people for like,
Weeks.
yeah, like probably close to a month.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope everything is okay. I sent a message saying like, hope everything's cool. Hope we didn't say anything weird, but I really don't feel like we were weird. And hey,
No.
feelings change, circumstances change. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I think in this situation, we all understand what's happening here, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're all getting together for sexy fun, right?
Yeah.
We're not getting married. We're not trying to have a meaningful, like, long-term relationship. You know, I mean, certainly you can be friends with people. You can,
Yeah.
make friends with and play with people on and off for
Yeah.
years. You know, everybody's different. That's fine. But I just mean, like, we get what this is. We are
Right.
here for 4 days.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not a long-term commitment, and
Yeah.
I understand that. And I also understand if people aren't into that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you've sort of built up a little bit of, like, a chatting relationship, at least, with
Yeah.
people, and then it's just like, okay, it's time to meet, and then it's like, whew,
Right.
gone.
Yeah.
It feels a little like, so what was happening? And just, so we thought we would talk about it in general. So I don't
Yeah.
know if the couple or the lady
Yeah.
will ever listen to this, and I don't even mean it any of this necessarily directed towards
Yeah.
either of them.
Yeah. Oh, I hope it is. This is directly to both. All three of you. Listen
It's
closely.
joking. But just in
How
sort of a
dare you.
general discussion.
1, how dare you? 2, how dare you? No, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
But just maybe have a talk about disappointment in
Yeah.
general, and how I think people unknowingly cause it a lot. I think we have.
Yeah.
Probably
Have we, you
sometime.
think?
I think so.
Okay.
And then anyway, just that kind of, so that's what sort of led us to
Yeah.
this discussion. And it's not meant to be like an attack on anybody or anything, because we understand, I think, maybe even better than most,
Yeah.
that like circumstances change.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
kids
totally.
get
Yeah.
sick, babysitters flake
Right.
on you, whatever. I think though it's pretty important to be upfront, like,
Well, that's kind of my thing.
hey, I
with-
feel
yeah.
sick. Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, my kid needs me. I would never in
Yeah.
a million years be angry with a person who was like, my kid needs me. I'd be like, you got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have literally been exactly there. Go do what you got to do.
Right.
No hard feelings whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it's a little like,
I just wish that either of the couple or the lady had just sent us any message at all and just been like, sorry, something came up. I can't do anything. I
Yeah.
can't meet tonight or whatever.
yeah.
Because like it's hard because we picked like, so we had dates scheduled with certain people who had kind of like
On certain
reached
days.
out to us first, and so like we kind of either told other people we were busy or stopped pursuing people or whatever, like because we had other dates lined up.
Right. Dates that didn't end up panning out.
Yeah. So then when the day comes, and then we're like, well, what are we supposed to do now?
Right.
Like we had a date, and like we still had a fun, great night, and everything. Don't get me wrong.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Other things happened, you know. Some stuff still happened.
It did some still did
it
happen,
wasn't-
but it was just
It was different
Yeah.
than maybe the initial plan was.
Yeah. So I feel like just be honest with like somebody,
Yeah.
with who you're messaging with. If you have cold feet and decide like you can't go, or if something comes up in your life and you can't go,
Yeah.
or whatever, you just change your mind, just be
Just
honest.
be honest about it.
Because I'd rather somebody be honest with us than just disappear from the chat or
Yeah, 'cause
just
then
not
it's
reply
like,
to
well,
us.
So what was going on there? Like,
well, it makes me
what's the
wonder, like,
point?
were you even who you said you were up till this point?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that there's no way to really know that. And again, it's not necessarily directed at like
No.
the specific people we were chatting with, but it is a little bit funny when you're like, "Hey, we're going to be in
Yeah.
your city," and people are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you." And you're like, "All right, cool.
Yeah.
What day works for you?" And they're like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Saturday or whatever, and you're like, "Okay, super. Let's do it." And then Saturday comes and it's like crickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you didn't want to meet, that is fine,
Yeah.
but
Why did you bother telling us you
we're
wanted
literally
to?
only
Yeah.
here for this number of days. Like, we could be doing a different thing instead of sort of saving
Yeah.
that day for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like even, with vanilla friends or even family or whatever, you wouldn't. Well, okay, maybe that's not fair. I was going to say you wouldn't do that to them, but that's different. You have like a different level of feeling there towards your family and stuff. So maybe
But I
that's
feel
not
like
a
it's
good
just
comparison.
common human courtesy to
But-
be like, I can't make it on this day,
Right,
or I
just
can't
like
do it on that day.
we're clearly leaving that day open
Yeah.
to do something with you.
Right.
And I completely understand that things come up. They do.
Mm-hmm.
We have been getting ready to go to a lifestyle event or a date, like steps from the door, and
Yeah.
then
We couldn't
all
go
of a sudden
'cause
we can't
something.
go.
Yeah.
It happens
Yeah.
for sure.
Right.
And I would never ever be mad at somebody, but
But we
So-
sent them messages. We said, like, sorry, something came up. Like,
yeah, that's
we
true.
couldn't make it, like, because of whatever the
So I guess
reason
it's
was.
sort of a courtesy thing. Like, just be honest. Like,
Yeah.
hey, and as soon as you know that it's not going to happen, let the other people, couple, person, whatever the thing is, know, so that they can like plan something else. I guess I don't
Yeah.
know.
I guess I don't quite understand why somebody would just disappear. Mm-hmm. Like, it's pretty easy to say, like, really, we're never going to see. The likelihood of us ever seeing any of these people again was low, anyways,
Right.
because we don't live in the city. So unless we come back here, or we, they come to where we live,
Right.
or something,
Right.
that, like, we might not see them again. So
That's
it's just
true.
just say, like,
It's just yeah.
I don't know.
I guess maybe because we've been together a long time and
Mm-hmm.
married a long time, and like we've been in a lifestyle for a while,
Yeah.
but we're not really like the Tinder generation, I guess.
Right, we're a little slightly older than that.
Well, just in the sense of like we weren't single in the time that that
yeah,
stuff
like
was
we never
happening.
used those
yeah.
tools like that. Right?
We've used it as a couple,
Yeah,
which
but
is
not
totally
single,
different.
yeah.
So, I guess I just sort of like maybe we're being overly sensitive because we didn't like start dating in that environment. Where maybe
Right.
maybe
Maybe
we're
this
being
is very
really
common where they're like,
That's-
suck it up,
exactly.
snowflakes.
Maybe they're like,
this
okay,
happens all the
grandma,
time.
fucking
Yeah.
get used to
Yeah.
it. Like maybe.
Grandma.
Well, like I mean, like as in like
Yeah, I
you're
know,
too
I'm
old to
teasing.
understand
Yeah.
this generation. Maybe that is
Yeah.
what it is, and it's like it is super common to make like 4 and 5 dates a night, and then decide who you're more into, and then
Yeah.
just ghost the rest of them. Maybe that is what it is, and
Yeah.
we're being little crybaby.
Maybe, yeah, we'll get a
For
bunch of
being like,
messages.
"But you
Email us,
guys."
Nerds Who Swing, or tell us how whiny we're being. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you? Yeah.
Well, and I do think it's important to say we're not angry.
Yeah.
We're just like thinking about we had a plan
Yeah.
and the plan got changed, and that's fine. But maybe what would be the best way to handle it? And I was even thinking about
Yeah.
us. Like we have definitely had plans that have changed at the last minute, and
We
I
have.
always feel terrible about them because
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing this, where I feel like someone is at their house and they're getting ready,
Yeah.
and they're picking out their fancy underwear,
Right.
and they're shaving all
Yeah.
the stuff
like,
they
I
gotta
can't wait till
shave.
Margot's
And
face
they're-
is down here later tonight.
They're getting their favorite lube
right.
and their favorite
I'm gonna
toy,
look
and they're
down
all
at her,
ready.
and she's gonna be in my business, and it's gonna be so great. Yeah.
I like how you did it so generic that it's
Yeah.
like, is it a dude?
And,
Is it a lady? We don't know.
It's a mystery. Tune in next week.
And I just feel bad that like we have been the people who have texted last minute like,
Yeah.
so sorry, but
But we
all
had,
that
like,
business you
but we
just
did
did,
text,
could we sort
But we
of rain
did
check
send the
that?
message. I don't know. Like,
And I do feel like that's a big difference. Like just a real
Yeah.
quick message of like,
I mean, maybe that speaks to somebody, like, you and I have good communication between each other.
right.
So maybe we're expecting too much from other people that they would have good communication with us or something. But we have But we've sent messages though. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like,
I guess I do want to make sure that, look, we're not angry at people if
Yeah.
plans change at all.
well, again, you're
we're
angry.
also-
I'm
I'm
furious.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
I said
yeah.
I'm not angry.
No, I know, you're
and
not.
you're bypassed that.
I'm
You're
so
furious.
mad. Yeah.
True. You have like an.
I'm
angry
so
boner.
mad. My Canadian accent is coming out. Eh?
I'm so mad.
I'm so mad. I can't wait to tell Gordo about this.
Well, I'm not mad
Yeah.
as the more
What a boot
moderately
it.
Canadian
Yeah.
person. I guess I just feel like it's pretty easy to send a message, and I understand if you're new to lifestyle, you're like, what should I say? What would my message even be?
Right.
I may as
Okay,
well
well, let's
just not
pretend,
say
like,
anything.
So let's pretend you
But
were the
you
lady
shouldn't.
and you were coming
You
to
should say a
meet
thing.
me and my lady for a date.
Okay.
How would you,
Okay.
if you're nervous,
I would say that. I would be like, I'm nervous. You guys
Yeah.
are a couple. You're at a hotel. I'm alone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about this. And that's what I would say.
that's fair.
Absolutely. And I
But
would
like, I
leave
feel
it
like that's
for
a
them.
fair message
Be
to
like,
get.
this
like,
is how I'm
if
feeling.
our listeners are if our listeners are listening, and they're like,
Well,
"What should I say?" I'll be
quite
like,
an
"Here,
astute
listeners
thing to
who are
say."
listening, you should listen to what Margot has to say, and then say that."
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Just don't be afraid to tell people how you're feeling. If you're nervous about going,
Yeah. I do know, and let's say one of the two people we're talking to, the couple or
Yeah.
the lady, I won't, let's not say more clearly,
yeah,
was quite new,
right.
To
One of
the
them was newer,
lifestyle.
yeah,
like very, very new,
yeah,
which is fine.
yeah,
It's a nerve-wracking time.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
But, and see, this is maybe where I'm like not fully, because this isn't our home.
yeah.
So I don't feel like we have like a group of friends and we know the clubs and we
Right.
know the
You can't
whatever.
be like, "Oh, so and so's new." If you like,
Right. But so I guess I feel a little bit like in the like the hookup culture, the air quotes hookup culture that you hear about.
Yeah.
Like nowadays
the
with
one
the
we
youngins
didn't come up in
and
or whatever.
whatnot.
Yeah,
I feel a little bit like, yeah, but it's just sex. So like come knock on the door and come
Right.
on in.
Come on,
What's
knock
the
on
big
door.
deal? Oh, Jesus. That
We've been
makes
waiting
it
for
sound
you.
old. That
Yeah.
disclaimer.
Yeah, I've never watched that show. I've just
That
heard them
is
sing
way
that. Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
That was like on TBS when we were in college.
Yeah.
Like that, we are not that
TBS
old.
makes us sound old. Way to go!
Peachtree?
Yeah. Peachtree.
Did it turn
Did you
into-
say Peachtree?
Didn't it
Yeah.
turn into Peachtree
I
after
think so.
it was
What's
TBS?
it now, though? Hashtag
Oh, I'm
what's
sure
TBS now?
I'm sure it's
yeah.
not even existing. It's probably like
Yeah.
bought by like CW or something.
Yeah,
I don't-
probably.
I don't know. I don't know what the kids are watching these
I
days.
don't either. These
Anyway.
college kids, what are they
God.
watching mid-afternoon between classes?
Make me feel old.
Is the Shawshank Redemption still on like every half hour?
And Dawson's Creek.
The
It's like-
Dawson's Creek.
It was the
Ah, the
Dawson
Creek.
and Friends and what else? Something else. They just
Yeah.
played it like on repeat. But anyways, that is
Yeah.
like super far outside.
Yeah.
But also an important detail.
Yeah, that's very important. You want to get in our pants, you got to talk about the
That's
Dawson.
right. Yeah. It's like what was happening on Just Shoot Me this
Yeah.
week. I think they played that too.
Yeah, I think you're right. According to Jim. Yeah.
I never watched that one.
Oh, I did.
You watched it?
It was on in the afternoon, like when I was done class.
That's not a reason.
Well, I had nothing else to do. I was supposed to do study.
No, fair enough. Moving on.
Yeah. You were saying?
Or circling back.
Yeah. Getting on topic. Yeah.
I guess I felt like we were a little like late to the game in terms of like free sexual exploration. So sometimes when we start chatting with people, I just sort of assume that they're more
Oh, right. Like,
into that
fluent in that.
thing. Yes, exactly. Where they're
language
just
of,
like,
well,
yeah,
there's
they
lots of
got
people
their
we have
shit
talked
figured
to
out.
Have been
Yes,
like that.
they're
yeah.
on all the apps and
Yeah.
they're on like whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're at here, or you're there, all
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah.
And we have had some interactions like that, which is totally fine. So maybe it's just that now and then you end up syncing up with one that is not,
Yeah.
and then they get nervous, and then you're nervous, and
Yeah.
well, you're not nervous, but they're nervous, and then they're gone. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. I wish if we had got a message from anybody, but like either of the two.
One, yeah.
But especially the more
The
new one.
newer one, yeah.
I really feel like, hey, I'm nervous. That's totally cool. Let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
Let's meet at like.
Well, because we
what's
did say
the
like
least sexy place you want to meet. You want
Yeah.
to meet at Chick-fil-A. You want to meet at Fuddruckers. You want to meet at like it's fine.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
let's just chit chat about it,
Yeah.
not in like a and then we'll convince you to. No, it's not about
Well,
that.
because we did say like we don't have a car. Do you want to meet at our hotel? But there are a bunch of like restaurants and there's a pool and stuff like that. Like things we can do.
Yeah.
Like no pressure. We're not saying like meet us at our room in
Right.
the hotel.
Yes.
We were just saying we can't really get around that easily. Would you mind meeting us here?
But also, that was like a week ago, and we
That was
said,
more than a week
"Hey,
ago, probably. Yeah.
we won't have a car. We're here. We will meet you somewhere else if you're more comfortable." But also, like, we do have a hotel room here, and there's bars and there's restaurants and stuff. If it works for you to meet here,
Yeah.
just because, like, I don't know. Part of me is like, hotel room. Like, come on, that's the easiest thing in the world. Like,
Well, yeah.
But I also understand that this is our hotel room, right?
It
like
is,
I'm
yeah.
with you.
It's
our
different.
hotel
It's
room.
not.
I'm
We're not the
safe
one
here. I'm
person
not,
or the
like-
couple who's coming to
Yeah.
somebody else's hotel
So
room.
that's fair.
But I feel
But
like if
also,
just
like,
saying
you
that,
have
just be like, I'm
opportunities to
like,
say,
I'm cool.
guys,
do you want to
no,
meet
no.
somewhere else? Or
Yeah.
we also like when we the first thing like because I found the couple and the single person for us on SDC
And some others.
and some others, yeah. But I said like we're going to be in Orlando for this date to this date. We're here for a conference. Like we don't have a car. Like, do you want to like meet and stuff like that? Like I laid everything out very very start
Right.
before we even started chatting more.
Right. So it's like if you're not interested in either sort of coming to our hotel or meeting us somewhere,
Or that we're just
that's,
visiting
like,
your city
neutral
or
territory
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Then don't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. I mean, I don't want to be too hard on people. People have lives and feelings and
Yeah.
circumstances and stuff like that. But I mean, I suppose that's true. Like, if you are the type of person who doesn't want to get involved in like a literally one night
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Well, unless they
Then
came the first
don't.
night and came 4 more times after.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
true. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. That's
No, exactly.
completely fine. But it does feel a little bit like this is what we're able to offer.
Right.
We're offering a one night sort of experience. And if you're like, cool, I'm on board, then
Yeah.
I feel a little bit like you said you were on board. Like,
Well, you said you were on board
We're
for that, and then
here.
you picked a date
yeah.
and everything. So I feel like
Which
there was
we then
multiple.
kept open.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah.
So there was like multiple steps of where
Yeah.
they could have just said like, actually,
I'm trying to think if we've ever done that to somebody. We've
Have
like
we?
canceled last minute and stuff, but it's more when there was like an event or a party or something going on.
yeah, it wasn't like
I
a
don't
date.
know that we've ever canceled like a one-on-one date, which is not to say that we
No one is
wouldn't
easier than the
ever.
other, yeah,
I
but-
mean, like the circumstances
Yeah.
that made us last minute cancel other things
Yeah.
would have made us last minute cancel the dates too. It just happened to not be a date. It happened to be more of a party situation or a group situation where maybe it wasn't as huge of a deal because it's not like literally now we're leaving a couple home being like, oh, well, I guess you want to play Risk? Like, what are we
Right.
going to do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it would have worked out the same way. It just so happens to be that ours were more of larger events where it's like, oh, well, one couple isn't here, but
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
20 others, so it's fine,
Yeah.
right?
Where people noticed that we were missing, but they didn't like.
Yeah, you get
and
like
we weren't-
messages the next day, like,
Yeah.
where were you guys? Like that kind of a thing, which
Yeah.
is nice, but
Yeah. My headphones went off. There we go.
no.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, anyways, so I would say if you're like, I guess we don't know, we don't have metrics to show this. If everybody listening is like, are you new to the lifestyle? Like, are you looking to get in,
Yeah.
or are you already in the lifestyle and you're just kind of like you like listening to podcasts about it, one
Yeah.
way or the other? Either way, I would say just be honest with people and if you can't make it for some reason, just tell them. Don't do the disappearing ghosting thing.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, right?
I don't like that. It feels
really
like you're
feel
not
like-
mature enough for the situation or something. Like you're just handling
Yeah.
it very poorly.
Yeah. And I also think too that like if you're newer to the lifestyle, maybe you're feeling like if I'm not willing to like fuck everybody in the room,
Right.
then I'm not ready to be in the room. And that is not true.
No, because if any of those the couple or the lady had been like, you know, I'm not ready
I
for
only want to have drinks with you
Yeah,
guys.
just
and
drinks.
Definitely nothing physical is going to
so
happen.
like
Great,
just
fine,
just
let's
lay it out
chat,
there and
all
tell
good.
people
Yeah.
like I don't have a problem with somebody telling us their boundaries or rules or
No.
whatever.
Everybody kind of comes to things
Yeah.
at their own pace, and that is so totally okay.
And I didn't think with either of the couple or the ladies that we had like pushed too hard for something at all.
No.
I thought if anything we were like
We were the more
being
aloof
very like yeah.
of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought like really if somebody was going to like you know disappear it would have been us like but because we didn't know dates for things for sure or anything until it got closer.
Right. Yeah. So, I guess just if you get kind of nervous and a little like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you want to just be like, I'm out. Maybe either, tell the people that
Yeah.
you're out,
Yeah.
which would be I guess the main thing.
Yeah.
But also maybe give them a chance. Like, I don't know if everybody's like nice and
Yeah.
understanding, and who knows, maybe you're making dates with people who are kind of dicks, and if you say like, hey, I only want to meet for a drink, maybe they're going to be like, well, then what's the point?
Right.
Like, I suppose that's an option, but we really and truly have not run into anybody in the lifestyle who is like that.
Yeah.
People are much more like, let's just get to know each other then, or let's like
Yeah.
make out a little, and hey, that was fun, see you later,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
People aren't just like, if we don't fuck, it's
Yeah.
not worth it. Like, we haven't run into that at all. And
No.
I am not going to say that doesn't exist, because I'm sure that it does, because
Right.
everything does.
Yeah.
But generally in the lifestyle, everybody is overly nice.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe it's more of just a caution to like newbie couples and newbie people
Yeah.
to be like, say what you need. If you're terrified and you're like, look, you guys have a hotel room and you guys are an established couple in the lifestyle and you
Yeah.
fool around with other people, and I have done none of that and I am super scared, then be like, all right,
Yeah.
fine, let's go get let's go get a
Yeah.
beer and some nachos and we'll just chill. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like, or nothing at all. But
Yeah.
just say, like, I'm pretty scared. And we can
Yeah.
even chat about that. Like,
Yeah.
what's up? Like, why are you, what are you worried about? Or not in a pressure way, not
Yeah.
to convince you that actually, no, you're not scared. If you're scared, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Well,
maybe talking about it would have helped, and not even helped like we convinced them, like not like that,
Yeah.
but just maybe chatting would have helped them for their next date with
Right.
the next couple or the next
yeah,
dude or the next lady or
Yeah.
whatever the thing is, right?
I agree. Well, okay. Let's assume we live in like the darkest timeline where both this lady and the couple were like dudes playing us. How do we go about like making sure
Okay, I
that
didn't think about that.
you and I don't have like our feelings hurt? Like next time where we're in the situation again and we're like, fuck that lady and that couple for doing this when really it was two dudes and we're like, they were like, haha, we totally played that stupid couple from Canada.
I don't
Like, what do we
understand
do?
What the benefit would be?
I don't
to
either.
dudes.
I don't know who does that, but like, let's assume that it. How do we make sure
Like,
you
we're
and
being
I?
catfished?
Yeah.
And how do we make sure?
How
we're
do
not
we
being
make sure
catfished?
we're not being like catfished?
I don't know. Isn't that like one of the like big internet questions of the era?
How not to be catfished?
Like, yeah, quite literally,
Yeah,
isn't
swinger catfishing.
it? Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
not
we
swinger.
have
catfishing, but,
another
like,
lady
really.
we're meeting later who like wants to FaceTime before. Should we have asked for something like that? Do you think? Like, we haven't done that with anybody before.
Oh,
And like when she asked us, I remember at first we were like,
Sure.
"Oh well, I guess that's fine."
Yeah.
Is that something that we should maybe do though, where it's like before we meet them, like if we are specifically like signing on for a certain date, like not a date like going out, but a calendar date
Yeah.
with somebody, should we be like, hey, listen, we just want to FaceTime to make sure you're who you say you are?
Make sure you have faces.
Yeah, maybe that'll feel like they have more of a connection with us too, even if it turns out that they are who they say they are.
Interesting.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, I chatted with them. I know what their faces look like when they talk, like to me." You know what I mean?
Eyes
They
and
like
mouths
I
and
know their
everything.
FaceTime stuff. Yeah, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
Or
and
is
I
that
can
too much?
totally
Like,
understand the FaceTime request, especially as a single woman.
yeah,
Just to be like, I want to get the sense of you guys
Yeah.
before you.
right.
Yeah, I actually think it's really smart.
Yeah, me too.
We haven't
We hadn't thought about
really
that until she
requested that
messaged
before,
us.
but I get it. It's totally
Yeah.
fine with me. Completely fine with me. Maybe.
I'm just saying, throwing out ideas. Like,
Nerds Who Swing audience, what
Yeah.
do you do to sort of, I guess, vet the people before you
vet
meet
them, yeah, and to make sure that they like feel comfortable enough to come.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make sure that they're not just like catfishing you?
All right.
Not saying that happened to us. Just saying, maybe.
What if? Okay.
Two, like, how do you make sure that they're comfortable
You
enough?
literally
Like,
just said A and then 2.
yeah, that's not how that works.
Well, like every movie makes that joke, but
Yeah.
it's super lame. So go with A.
Well, it was
and
pretty
B
funny
or
when I did it until you pointed out that it was funny.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So one,
Yeah.
how do you make sure that doesn't happen? You don't get catfished. B, how do you?
And then what? Starfish.
Yeah.
Like what's the next
Hashtag.
thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Dash.
Yeah.
How do we make sure this doesn't happen to other people?
Interesting.
I
How
don't
do
know
you-
for sure yet.
How
Like,
do you let people down nicely?
right.
Do you think there is a way to let people down nicely? Maybe us being like, just send us a message. Maybe people are thinking like, that message blows. Like, you
Right,
may as
like-
well just ghost. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Maybe
it is, but
Maybe
at least
we're
you're being
like
honest.
sensitive
Yeah.
little babies. I
Yeah,
don't
they're like,
know.
quit being like snowflakes, you
Yeah,
stupid like
exactly.
millennials. Yeah.
They didn't want to fucking
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
Like other people do. Okay.
Read the
Jesus.
room,
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
Read the room. It's empty.
Yeah.
There's no one
Move
here.
on.
They didn't
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
How much more evidence do you need?
Let's make sure this is working.
We should do like a contest.
What kind of contest?
I
Like, how
don't-
many people could suck Miller's dick?
No, I don't know what the contest is, but then the winner gets pictures of you in those underwear.
That sounds like whoever lost the contest gets a pictures of me in my
No,
underwear.
because they're nice underwear, and you can see like your bulge.
My bulge. It's a technical term, my bulge.
It's bulgy.
Bulgy.
What do you want a bulge to be? Not bulgy? No.
It's a good question.
Exactly. It's good. It's like squares.
I thought you were gonna say
It's
the whole
all
thing is
over.
like square shape.
No.
Like everybody wants a
your
square shape
penis
bulge.
is more of a rectangular if
Yeah.
it had to be.